written down as Harold. We all call him Harold. There's a lot of Connors in the grade. You probably can tell you that a little bit. Is he here? Okay. Let's go. Great kid. We're really glad that he came out this year. Next up, Michael Cucci. Complete team guy, extremely knowledgeable sports fan, knows situations in the game, reliable in practice, a great teammate, is always going to give 100% effort. He's of course a fan favorite. If you've been to any of our games, he was one of the few guys that had his own chant, and he will always be remembered by that. So Michael Cucci, thanks for all your contributions. Next up, Jesse the Body Fernandez. Jesse, his rebounding, hustle, one of the best defensive performances we've had this year. It was a huge home win against Palmyra. They had their best player, 6'3" basketball player named Quentin Ives. He's going to Nebraska to play football, so Division I football player. And we told Jesse that was his responsibility that day, and he's like, I can handle that. He's like, just tell me he's like, give me one thing and let me do it, and that'll be it. And he, along with Connor, did a fantastic job on him. They limited him that day, and throughout the course of the year, you could always count on Jesse for hard work, rebounding, having a great attitude. So Jesse, we will totally miss you next year. Jesse's headed to Mercer County College in the fall. And nothing but the best to you in the future, Jess. Okay, next up we have Connor Kowaleski, aka the GOAT. He is again another person who completely he's emblematic of what it means to be a program player. He was always 100% committed to the team, in whatever contributions he could make. He went out of his way to make sure that he was given 100% effort. One of the great joys of the season came in a home game against Sten Civics. We brought Connor K in, and he quickly made 3 3-pointers in the span of about, 2 minutes. Is that about right? About 2 minutes? About that. And much to the enjoyment of the entire crowd and bench, everybody was going crazy, and it was probably one of the most joyous moments for me personally. So Connor K, he's going to go to Brookdale Community College next year, and wish nothing but the best for him. So Connor K, thank you. I've been at this school for 20 years, I've seen every basketball player come and go, and this year I think we were lucky enough to see what I think is probably, I would argue, one of the top 3 players to ever come through here, and that's Devin Kimmick. So let me just run through some stuff with you. Devin had 4 30-point games. This year he averaged 20.5 points per game, 10.7 rebounds per game. If you watch the NBA Finals at all, you see Nikola Jokic, sorry. Reminds you a lot of Devin. He could do a lot. Earlier in the season, before it started, last year Devin was more of a guard. Early in the season, he contacted me and said, Coach, I think I should kind of play maybe the same position that Xander played last year. Exactly the same thing I was thinking. He did that and really changed the dynamic of our team. He was named first team All-Freedom Division his junior and senior year. He was second team All-Trentonian junior and senior year. He really was a coach on the floor. Basketball, gyms can get really noisy. Devin always had us in the right spot. He's an amazing leader. His maturation was amazing. So Devin, he's moving on to King's College next year. So Devin, wish you the best of luck there. Finally, we have Connor Stillwell, aka Bub. He went from a JV bench warmer his freshman year to a starter on a 1-win JV team to a starter on a division championship team his junior year, to a second team All-BCSL Freedom Division performer. In practices and in games, his effort was always there, and it was his competitiveness during practice that helped his team sharpen the blades for the games. He was often asked to guard the other team's best player, be the madman in our press, and on occasion get extremely hot, hitting left corner threes. He was coachable, a great teammate, and an intense competitor, and this year's Warrior Award winner is Connor Stillwell.
Good luck, fellas. Thanks, Coach. Okay, we're going to jump into the spring for the next 3 sports. So we're going to go girls lacrosse and Coach Lisa Malloy.
All right, so congratulations to all the athletes in the room. Your hard work hasn't gone unnoticed, and it will surely continue to inspire your teammates in the future. Thank you to our administration, Ms. Newman, Mr. Mason, Mrs. Videla, and Mrs. Halpencreen for making tonight possible. With 8 freshmen, 12 sophomores, 5 juniors, and 4 seniors, a solid number of 29 girls came out for this year's season. As more than half of the team had very little playing experience, leadership was an absolute priority this season, and our seniors were absolute top-notch across the board to help with that. It has been an absolute pleasure to coach and have kept things positive, pushed past their limits, and worked to produce a winning record this season, and we haven't seen that since 2012 for girls lacrosse. So overall, great job this season, girls. I'd like to take a minute to congratulate each of the 4 seniors. Please come up to the stage. Sam Miola, Marissa Foy, Reagan Joyner, and Natalie Mathis. All right, so first up, we have our walk-on, Give It a Week, Sam Miola, who's never played a sport, but just when you think you don't know what you're doing, Sam plays it cool. She was an absolute joy to coach, from picking up a stick to playing an entire varsity game on senior night. Sam was willing to play anywhere and everywhere on the field, a natural desire to contribute in any way, shape, or form, be it the the bookkeeper or the cameraman. She wanted to pick up the ground ball. She stated that numerous times on defense, and I think she did a couple times, especially in the JV games. But she bettered our team overall. She was a refreshing and true warrior to work with. Although fear comes with the territory of being a brand new athlete, she didn't show it. Congratulations, Sam, on everything. I hope you continue to show the same confidence in yourself that you have shown as an athlete. Continue to dream. I can't speak right now. Continue to dream big in all that you do at Moravian University. Next up, our cheery and boisterous captain, Marissa Foy. Marissa is the type of player that does whatever it takes to win. If I needed to throw her on attack to settle the squad, she was right there. If she was there on defense, we knew it. She was loud and proud, and she was a huge communicator on the field. She was one to repeat the plays and was a force all over. She was the ultimate team player and performed wherever we needed her. If she needed to travel to attack, like I said, she was there to organize the group. On defense, she lit up the unit. From the commitment during the off season to being one of our most reliable players. I appreciate all that she has done for our team this season. I'm so proud of all that you have accomplished, Marissa. Congratulations on all of your hard work, and the best is yet to come at Stockton University. Next. Next up, we have Captain Reagan Joyner. With a career of 28 goals, 20 assists, 75 ground balls, and 33 draw controls in just 2 seasons, Reagan was an absolute force on the field and played an integral part in our success. After 3 days of practice last year, I knew she would be a midfielder, even though I had to convince her. She then warmed right up to the position. Her grit and aggressive spirit kept us in some very important games, especially this season. Reagan became one of our biggest leaders on attack, controlling the pace of the game when we needed her to slow things down and speeding things up when we needed a point on the board. A true warrior at heart and a fierce-minded athlete. Congratulations, Reagan. Thanks for your leadership and commitment. And good luck at second, so I had you on the second speech. So I didn't have that on the speech. I thought it was King's University, sorry. And lastly, this year's Warrior Award recipient and 2-year captain, Natalie Mathis. Natalie has been an amazing leader over the course of her career. She has been extremely vocal, positive, and productive as an athlete. This season, Natalie really stepped out of her comfort zone and was able to rise on both attack and defense. Playing midfield, Natalie has accumulated 29 goals, 44 assists, 80 ground balls, and 40 draw controls in her career. She was a fierce attacker and quick with her feet on defense. Resilient in midfield and always a competitor all over the field. Congratulations, Natalie, and thank you for your unwavering commitment. Good luck next year to St. John's University.
Good job, ladies. Okay, we're going to do both boys and girls track together. Coach Palumbo.
Let's go girls first. Girls track members? Came to us as a wide-eyed, goofy ball of energy, ready to run, jump, and hurdle, even though she despised that event. Not much has changed over the last 4 years, but she became a wonderful leader and captain in the process. For those that don't follow track and field, her range of events is extraordinary, highlighting how wonderful of an athlete she is. The fact that in the same meet, she would score points in the 100 hurdles, high jump, 1600, and 3200 is amazing. Opposing coaches were in awe of what she could do. Her track prowess helped lead the girls to a division title in 2021 and a 4-1 dual meet record this season. She is a multiple-time state group championship meet qualifier in the 3200 and high jump and had season bests of 4.6 in the high jump, 6.28 in the 1600, and 14.08 in the 3200. She was named first team All-BCSL Freedom Division in the high jump and second team in the 3200. In all honesty, it will take multiple girls to fill her spikes, considering all the accomplishments she has accumulated over the years. The good news is that her track career will not end at NEHS, as she is slated to join the Wilmington University team upon matriculation this fall. We wish her nothing but the best as she continues to pursue her educational and athletic goals. Congratulations to the 2023 Girls Track Warrior Award winner, Cassidy Burke. And let me get my boy senior. Where are you, Curly? There you are. As you can see, there's only one athlete up here right now, so it's obvious who our Warrior Award winner will be. But what an option to have, considering the young man standing next to me is the legend, Lucas Sample. Now, for historical purposes, I go way back with the Sample family. Wendy and Rich are two of the most supporting New Egypt parents I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. I taught their son, Scott, and spent many awards banquets waxing poetic about their son Nick, who in my soccer years was the best player I ever coached. But now it is Lucas's time to shine. I will be forever grateful to Lucas. He in no way had to run track this year, as he already was committed to TCNJ to play soccer. But he saw out his commitment and had an unreal season. He was the BCSL champion in the 200 and 400 meters and was undefeated in the 400 all year. His name is forever etched in stone on the all-time track performance list, as he is the second best 200, fourth best 400, and fifth best 100 performer in school history. Beyond that, Lucas is simply an amazing person. I have a young son that absolutely adores him. Some of Roman's best memories are the days he was able to attend track practice, and I'd let Lucas head out to the soccer fields to work with him. He would have so much fun, and Lucas would always make him feel special. I'm a better coach and teacher for having had Lucas in the classroom and on the track. I can't wait to head over to TCNJ to cheer him on as he continues his outstanding athletic career. Congratulations to the 2023 Boys Track Warrior Award winner, Lucas Sam.
Congratulations, Lucas. And we're going back to the fall and football. Coach Spence. Players up? Yeah, players, come on up.
Being the football coach, I choose not to use the microphone and I choose to pace. So can everybody hear me in the back? I can be louder. These guys came into the year and they faced specific challenges. We knew that we came into the season not being the most experienced of groups. We came in and we had 9 seniors overall, only 5 up here tonight. We came in off a very successful season where we were 8-3. And we came in with a lot of inexperience and a very difficult schedule. Our conference decides their schedule based on the previous year record, and we have teams that are Group 3 and Group 4, and when you're a Group 1 school, it's very difficult to compete at certain levels. We're very experienced and very young. When you're a coach, sometimes the record isn't the most important thing. It immediately turns to the culture in the locker room. And when you have a locker room that cares and a locker room that doesn't give up, your program is in good hands for years to come. We start our season next week. We will go to the day before Thanksgiving. You need to be in it for the long haul. You need to understand that culture is the most important thing. One of the repeating things that you'll see tonight is a lot of familiar faces up here for a lot of sports. Hands together for all these guys who are playing 2 and 3 sports and contributing to the culture of our school. It's what makes a Group 1 school or a small school. You need to, for our school to be successful and be small, you need to play 2 and 3 sports. These guys give up their summers to be with us. We have practice next week. We have practice 2 weeks after that. Our season starts. We're ready to go. These guys give up their summer. They give up their fall. And I couldn't be prouder. Although the accomplishments weren't there, the record wasn't there, these guys never gave up. And when I can tell you the culture of our locker room is in a better place now than it's ever been, it truly is. When we got our 1 win against Lindenwold, it was like we had our biggest win in school history, which was probably Robbinsville the year before. And things went nuts. They were looking at Duncan Garrett. It was just big for the culture of our program. When I tell you that the football program is in good hands, and it's in good hands for years to come, it will be because of the leadership of these guys. And while they didn't see the success in the record, they will see the success in the record for years to come. So I'm very, very proud of them for the leadership and culture that they've built. High school athletics is not only about wins and losses and division titles, it's about making them better people. And these guys are better people because of the sport of football, and the sport of football here is better because of these people. So I'm very, very proud of these guys. We're going to honor our 9 seniors, even though we have 4 who aren't here. We're going to honor Andrew Tabor, Ben Wetzel, Ethan DeVino, and Gavin Morrow, all guys who contributed to the culture of our program, and a few that were all division players, both their junior and senior year, and truly contributed to the culture of our program. Rossi, our boy who was a lockdown corner, he played running back for us. He played what we call our A-back. We asked him to 150 pounds? We asked him to get hit 20 times a game, 18 times a game, and then when he had his break, he had to go cover the best receiver on our team. He was our captain, he was our emotional leader, he did everything that we asked him to do, and he was a great high school football player. Connor K was our utility guy. Connor K played everywhere we asked him to, from fullback to tight end to linebacker to kick returner. Connor K did everything we asked him to do without a question. He was a true, again, two-sport athlete, played basketball, played football, contributed on all ends of what we did, and that's what makes this place really successful. Devin Kinnick was an all-division wide receiver for us, probably our biggest wide receiving threat, captain for us. Just truly an offensive weapon. He also played defensive end. If basketball wasn't in his future, I truly think he could go play college football at the wide receiver level. He was in an impossible matchup. Teams would remove people from the box and go double covering. It wasn't a secret that we were trying to get Devin the ball. Gio was, I gotta tell you, for the first time in history, if you've ever seen a kick return, you can see a number 77 at deep returning kicks, right? It's not often you see an offensive lineman heading back to return kicks. Gio had his season cut short a little bit due to injury, but there's one play that sticks out in my mind from Gio, and that's a play against Florence where he took a kid from the D-line position, chased down a kid and tackled him at the 5. His pants might have fallen off during the play. That's not what I remembered. I remembered him chasing down the kid and making the tackle. But it was an important aspect to our team. He also kicked for us. So you had an offensive and defensive lineman who returned kicks and did our kickoffs, did our extra points. That's Group 1 football in a small setting. Everybody plays everything. Last but not least, one of our captains and our Warrior Award winners. These aren't secrets. These were announced at our banquet way back in early February, late January. Tommy Capano. When you talk about Tommy, it wasn't his accomplishments on the field that are going to stick out to me. It was what high school football, I think, did for him in his academic career, but more than that, what Tommy Capano did for the locker room in our field house. When you talk about Tommy, there are things that go on in the field house. Football takes forever. We do things like locker room karaoke. Memorable stuff. We have pasta dinners. But the conversations that I had with Tommy outside the locker room and inside the locker room, and what Tommy meant, what football meant to Tommy, what Tommy meant to football. He's our leading, if it means anything to you, we have this thing called huddle. He's our leading student athlete to this day, to this week, watching film. Tommy, your career's over. Did you know that? Okay, sorry. But I'm serious. The only person he's watched more film than some of my coaches. That needs to be addressed, but he's watched more film, it's crazy. Tommy loves high school football. I don't know that Tommy loves high school football because of the football aspect of things. Tommy loves high school football because of what it meant to the community, what it meant to his teammates, and what it meant to the culture of the school. So Tommy, you're our Warrior Award winner. I couldn't be prouder of all of you guys. You guys are truly warriors, and you stand for what this program's about. And success is coming. We have 40 on our roster going forward. I've been here for a while. We've never had 40 on our roster. It's an exciting time to be a Warrior, and there's really good things in the future. But it's because of the culture that they maintain. Although that drove me nuts a little bit. I told them to turn their stuff in before a game was. I challenged them. They responded. I'm really proud of these guys. But as any coach will tell you, you're proud of these guys now, but you're really proud of them for what they do in the future. So don't be strangers. Come around. Expect to see all you guys. I'm really proud of you. Congratulations, guys.
Best of luck to our football players. And we're going to stick with the football theme. We're going to go back to cheerleading for the winner, Kathleen Clayton.
Kira, are you out there? Come on up here, please. So this year, I didn't have any seniors on my team this year. Thank you. I used to coach winter cheer back in the day, and I took it back over this year because the girls kept coming to me, Kira kept coming to me and saying, are we going to have a coach? Are we going to have a coach? And I was like, yes, because if no one does it, I'm going to do it. It's okay. So, anyhow, I ended up doing it, and I had a really nice group of girls. They worked really hard throughout the season to improve their skills, and I was so proud of the progress they made. But they made that progress too because of this young lady right here, Kira. Kira Simsax, who was a sophomore, was one of my captains this season. She worked very hard to teach the girls skills, new skills, because we had girls on the team that had never cheered before at all. They didn't have any skills. And so we really had to work hard to kind of get them to be better and reach their potential. And Kira was a key part of that. But she would come up with new dances and cheers. She was organized and enthusiastic and really wanted the team to do well. So I'm so proud of her and all the accomplishments with our team this year. And she is this year's Warrior Award winner.
Okay, we're going to bring up our state champion coach for girls bowling, Kit Pendleton. Come on up, ladies.
Get this late into the ceremony and just get the search girls up here. You're going to be hearing a lot about them in the last 15 minutes of tonight's presentation. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Mason and Mrs. Newman especially for all of the help they gave me this summer, this season. This is my first year as a coach, not my first year as a bowler. I too bowled in high school, but been waiting for a coaching position forever. And finally got it, and I was lucky enough to get it with these two young women. I would especially, though, like to thank Sam Palumbo, if he is still here, for holding my hand throughout the entire season, making sure that I didn't totally screw things up. And I'd like to thank Mike and Lori Ann Search for all of the help they gave me this season. Really appreciate it. So, just everyone states? Okay, I'm going to start with Emily. Well, actually, we'll give you a little rundown of our season. We went undefeated during the regular season, 19-0. But honest to say, we didn't have much tough competition. Not until we played Ewing. And then these girls really showed their stuff. The teams that we were playing before were JV at best, and then we got to Ewing, and they were intense. It was a very intense game. We beat them 2-1. We would lose to them in the BCSL tournament, but not by much. We did a great job there. From our undefeated season, we went to the Central Regional Playoffs, where we came in first place. Luckily, Ewing's not in our division. And then from there, we went to states, and we were down after the first 2 games against, I believe, St. John Vianney? Yes, St. John Vianney, and we managed to just bring it together in the end and bring home the trophy. New Egypt was named the Times of Trenton All-Area Team of the Year. NJ.com listed us as the #5 team of the state this year. And all 5 varsity girls, including Katie and Emily up here, made first team All-Patriot Division for the BCSL. So, that all being said, Emily's a 4-year varsity recipient and the heart of our team. During the regular season, she rolled a high game of 230 against Bordentown and a high series of 550 against Maple Shade. At the state tournament, she qualified for the individual tournament this year and placed 40th in the state. She was named to the All-BCSL team and the Times Trenton team. She's a consistent powerhouse when it comes to bowling, and watching her bowl is like watching a ballerina. I didn't know you could be graceful and bowl at the same time, but Emily can do it and does it amazingly well. So I want to thank you for being on the team, for all the laughs that you gave me, for calming me down, and for hopefully coming back as an assistant coach next year. Emily will be attending RCBC in the fall to study hospitality and hotel management. And then Katie, also a 4-year varsity winner, and is the soul of our team. If Emily is the heart, Katie is the soul. I don't think a game went by where I didn't hear the words, "I think I'm gonna cry," with the intensity that she had, whether we were playing Doane or we were playing Manchester. That one was pretty tough. She's rolled a 222 high game this season against Northern Burlington and a 547 high series against Cinnaminson. She also qualified for the tournament this year, and as you might have seen in one of the pictures that went up, Katie placed 14th in the state. And considering there was one girl that bowled a 300 that day, that's pretty damn good. She was also named to the All-Area team, the Times of Trenton Team of the Year, and NJ.com's top 10 teams. Katie was also, I lost it on here, also received an honorable mention for the All-Ocean County girls bowling team. And the only reason she's got an honorable mention is because, unfortunately, we live in the same county with 2 other state champion teams. So I think they all deserved to be on it, but I was overvoted by the other coaches. Next year, Katie will be attending Penn State Altoona, where she'll be studying sports science and will be bowling for them as well. Katie is also our Warrior Award winner for girls bowling this season. We also have for each of you your All-Star BCSL plaques. One's for Emily Search, and Katie, I still can't pronounce how they spelled your last name, but hopefully we'll be getting a replacement.
They also got their championship state codes, compliments of the Board of Education, so thank you very much. Well deserved. Okay, we have jumping to the fall again. Girls tennis, Coach Sean McCarthy.
Hi, I'm Sean McCarthy, girls tennis coach, going on my 3rd year now. The big thing about this team is family. You hear about football all the time. Here in tennis, we spend a lot of time beginning the practices. We get together, have a little stretch talk session, but these girls right here and a few that are missing also really make it a welcoming spot. You know, I feel some girls come out for the team or on the fence and they stay because these girls make it a place that's comfortable, fun, and whether they like the sport or not, a lot of the girls, they've said to me, I just like hanging out on the bus, it's a good time, we have fun, we just hang out. Some achievements about the team this season. We showed improvement again from last year. The first year I took over the program, we had one game above 500 winning record. We improved last year, and again, this year we improved by another win. So we're getting there. We qualify for the playoffs each year. I'm hoping to move on again from what these ladies have showed the younger tennis players to do. We start off a little rough though. Our girls, again, are involved in other things, bowling, softball, all kinds of other events. So we start off the season a little rough. We opened up with our 2 top teams that we play in the conference. We lost our first 2, but the girls buckled down. It didn't let them bother them. They kept working, and we went on a 7-game win streak, only losing 1 more after that, winning 2 more after that. So, you know, the girls didn't get affected by that hard start to the season. Katie Search, Bailey Gordon both earned first team honors. Bailey Gordon also placed in the BCSL this year. Katie Search placed last year in the BCSL, and if you saw the girl she played to get knocked out, she's that girl you're like, how did they do that? That girl was that good. So, a little bit about Bailey Gordon. Bailey Gordon got nicknamed the Golden Retriever. Did I give you that name, or did you? The tennis team gave it to her. Bailey Gordon can get to any tennis ball on the court. Every match we go to, it's the first time the coach sees her, they're like, how did she get to that ball? Like, that was a winner. She plays to the level of exhaustion, so much so that she had heat exhaustion in a match. Like, she doesn't hold back, she doesn't hesitate, she doesn't think she's tired, she just goes. And it's amazing to see her hustle on the court. One funny story, if we get back to the family thing and the concept, I coached football years ago, I still coach wrestling. I can be intense sometimes. The one Bailey Gordon story I feel bad about, she's in a match, it's a very close match, it can go either way for her and for the team, and this girl was stealing points from her. In tennis, you call your own in or out. I watched the girl watch the ball land in, the girl looked at it and called it out. She stole 3 straight points. I might have been a little tense at that point. The only time you can talk to the player is changing court sides. I'm like, Bailey, she just stole 3 points from you. That's the reason you lost that game. And maybe a little intense. She started to cry. I was like, please don't. That's not what I want to happen. I'm just saying, please don't let her steal points from you anymore because you can challenge their call. And the family part of this, Katie's playing. One of the first things she says to me on a break, not how am I doing, what can I do better? Did you think Billy cried? Not on purpose, but a couple other girls not here. So, Katie Search, again, she's up here now, bowling. You're going to see her for softball also. 3-sport athlete. She's the example of hard work and perseverance above all. She's like having an assistant coach, and all the players strive to follow her lead on the court. She would keep me in the loop on how the team's mindset was, and she was the vocal leader of the team. She moved up the rankings from playing doubles to playing singles to playing first singles, which is the hardest position on the court. She's enjoyable to watch her play with her passion and grit to get to every ball on the court. She is the embodiment of grit, and that's why Katie Search is the warrior warrior.
Good job, ladies. Okay, sticking with the fall, field hockey. Coach Lisa Molay coming up again.
This year, the field hockey team was a little bit smaller, and we had 21 total with 9 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 4 juniors, and just 3 seniors. More than half of this year's field hockey team were first-year players. which is a lot. Our priority was to rebuild off of last year's successes with powerhouses leaving us and maintain strong leadership. Our 3 seniors helped to keep things positive, continued to push past their limits, and shifted from a rocky 0-6 start of the season to winning 5 out of 6 of their last games of the season. I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge their accomplishments and contributions to the season. Please come up to the stage, Emily Search, Natalie Mathis, and Reagan Joyner. To start, we have Emily Search, another one like Samuel, who was not a field hockey player until this season. I was joking when I approached her and said, Natalie, it's been a long day for me, but Emily, we need you. Can you come out? She looked at me and she finally joked around with her dad, and they were just going back and forth. The next day, she let me know in my email that she was going to play for the season, and we needed it. We needed practice players, and she didn't act like a senior. She did anything and everything that we needed her to do. So a vocal, encouraging, determined leader that we needed. Although many people think it's too late to pick up a new sport, like I said, she worked day in and day out to improve over the course of the season. Practiced so hard that the girls were shocked at practice, saying, she's better than me. She's hitting the ball better than me right now. So she really pushed the younger girls to believe in themselves and was that leader by example. With a few weeks, she was even seamlessly dribbling and clearing the ball out of the defensive end. The best thing, like I said, was her selflessness. She never cared if she played or if she did the book. She understood her role and gave 3 months of her time to better everyone around her. Her teammates recognized this determination, and when it was game time, Emily showed up. She played a full game, her senior game under the lights, and was fierce and meant business. I'm so proud that she was able to develop the confidence and leadership that she needed to play that day, and the heart of a champion. So proud of you, and good luck again at RCBC next year. Emily Search. Next up, we have Natalie Mathis. Although she openly admits she didn't love field hockey for a few years, I think this year she really came out of the woodwork, became a captain, and really bettered our program overall. To start the season, we needed Natalie to rise, and she never let us down. She added so much to our defense and became a huge leader and an integral part of the lineup. Since I've known her, she's been an absolute perfectionist, which is hard with a sport like field hockey because it's much like golf, and your form and your specifics matter. So she was sometimes fearful of making a mistake, but by senior year, like I said, she dropped the fear and was that missing piece to our transition. She knew she had a job, and it was to better the free hits over and over. She improved. Good luck next year again at St. John's University. And last but not least, this year's 2023 Warrior Award for field hockey goes to Reagan Joyner. With a dose of intensity, knowledge, vision, and fierceness on the field, this year's Warrior Award embodies the true essence and strength of the mind, body, and spirit of a warrior. Not only is this athlete a leader and 2-sport captain, she's also a 3-sport athlete. Reagan juggled field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse, and it's truly been a pleasure to have on both of my teams these past 4 seasons. At the start of her career by nature, Reagan was a defender, yet we needed her to be the most central player on the field, and picked up an attack mindset doing so in the center midfield position. She polished off her career with 10 goals and 8 assists, and was recognized as first-team all-conference within the BCSL. Congratulations on a successful season and career. You're the definition of a warrior, so willing to fight in the most critical position on the field. Thank you for your hard work and absolute leadership. I'm lucky to have had such a fierce, like Mr. Corby said, fierce player like you, and you will be sorely missed. Good luck at King's College.
Good job, ladies. And last but not least, Coach English, coaches 3 sports, so he's going to start off with girls soccer, I believe.
Unlike Mick Hughes, I chose to go with 24 font, not 12, because I am that old. And I still can't read it, so Steve, please. I'm going to borrow his readers.
You're old. A lot of gray in that beard.
Wow, that's what that looks like. All right, so usually I go first with girls soccer, so I take my first part of my speech and I congratulate everybody, and I'm still going to do that. You know what? Tough luck. You're staying here for a couple more minutes. So, good evening. Tonight we have celebrated the accolades and experiences of this amazing senior class and what they've achieved. I have 3 speeches to deliver tonight, so I personally want to thank all these individuals just this one time, so I'm not sounding redundant and we get out of here in a reasonable time. First and foremost, I want to thank the athletic department of Mr. Mason and Ms. Newman for all their work they've done to secure buses and referees for us and organize schedules. They have a thankless job that many times gets overlooked. It has been great to have consistent and supportive people that are here to make our jobs as coaches easier. I'd also like to thank the administration for trusting us to create a fun and meaningful experience for the athletes. Thank you to the maintenance and ground staff for providing us with fantastic courts and fields to play on every day. Thank you to Jim Sawicki, his time and dedication with getting our athletes back from injury in the best possible condition he could. Thank you to the Booster Club, especially Lynn Kokoda. Lynn is a fixture of our sporting events and has remained active, supporting our athletes long after her children have been out of the district. Lastly, to the parents, thank you for allowing us coaches to spend time with your children and giving us a chance to help guide and mold your sons and daughters and build a sense of pride in something larger than themselves, which leads me to why we're here tonight. So, I do not have any senior soccer players, so Jill, can you come up here, please? Yeah. And then I'll talk about it. So, I'll read it as she's coming up. For girls soccer, we had no seniors this year. My award is going to a junior. This junior class is a great group, so this award was tough to pick. This award goes to the girl that, as a team, when we need something big to happen, we look to her. She plays all over the field, yet has the awareness to get her teammates involved. She has played sweeper, stopper, center defensive midfield, center attacking midfield, and striker for us, and many times, all of them in the same game. Her demeanor for being an elite player is calm and patient with her teammates. She is the first to give out compliments and also the first to take blame if needed. Her accolades include being selected to the BCSL All-Freedom Division First Team while scoring 21 goals and assisting on 6 others. Her talent and athletic ability, and more importantly, her leadership, is why Jill Wardbath is our 2023 Girls Soccer Warrior Award winner. And next, I'd like to call Kevin English to talk about wrestling. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's your job. All right. I really don't think these, it was a joke. Hello everyone, at this time I'd like to share with you the successes of our wrestling program. I only have 3 and I believe 2 of them decided to no-show me, so Mr. Rossi, come visit me, but I'm lonely. All right, so this year we posted an 11-18 record, but the wrestling was far better than that. In fact, we were 1 bout away from winning 5 other matches, which would have flipped our record. We did this with only 10 of our 14 weight classes being filled for the first half of the season. So basically, we're outmanned from the get-go, giving up 24 points. We also have 1 district place winner and placed 5 wrestlers at the Barnegat tournament and 3 at the Palmyra Holiday tournaments. So we had some success. Individually, late in the year, we got a couple guys that came out and we won a bunch of matches down the stretch, which was nice. During their 4 years though, these young men, this young guy and the 2 no-shows, won 46 dual meets and the first division championship in 10 years. Tonight, I want to recognize all 3 seniors, and I will talk about all 3 of them. I'm a script writer, reader, so it'll just throw me off if I don't. Our first senior is a 4-year varsity letter winner and finished the year with a 28-9 record with 19 pins, and he will be missed incredibly. The high energy and excitement that he brought will never be duplicated. He came into this program his freshman year with very little wrestling experience and found every haymaker move to try to flatten his opponents. This found him moderate success as he won 12 matches in his freshman and sophomore year. As the years went on, he found a style of actual wrestling that paired well with his high energy and athletic ability, and he won 45 of his last 57 matches. Mr. Energy was a 2022 first team all-division and a 2023 second team all-division, and he was also the Garden State Classic champion this past December, and that's Gavin Morrow. And now for this guy. Our next senior took a similar path. He's a 4-year varsity letter winner. He was a 2023 BCSL Freedom Division first team all-star, and he had a 26-8 record this year. When he came out as a freshman, and even into his sophomore year, he relied on speed and athleticism. The problem with that is that when that's your base, you become overly aggressive and you make mistakes. Anthony made lots of them. No offense. We'll get to the good parts. The great thing about Anthony's ascension is that he was never deterred. He learned from those mistakes and eventually clicked. In fact, it was an overnight transformation. Something in him understood the angles, leverage, and momentum that he was creating, and he found a way to match that with a style of wrestling that maximized his skill set. About a third way through his junior year, Anthony was 1-6 on the season and 2-11 for his career. From that point on, he wrestled like he was on a mission. His record from that point until his career ended was 40 wins and 11 losses. His determination to master things and his patience to allow things to happen is what I will remember most about Anthony. To be sure to share his story with future wrestlers in years to come. Please put your hands together for the jack of all trades, master of all, Anthony Saucy Rossi. And my last senior, he's my Warrior Award winner, so I'm going to talk about him. This senior came out of the box hot. His start, unlike his 2 partners, his 2 other senior partners, was fast and furious. He started his career with 23 wins as a freshman, and at that time, that was the freshman record for wins in our program's 20-year history. He followed that up with 25 wins as a junior and 30 wins as a senior. But that leaves that dreadful sophomore season, which was shortened by COVID, where we were only able to wrestle 12 matches. And Jose managed to have a record of 9-3. If he was able to have a full season, we would have been looking at the newest member of the 100-win club. But as fate would have it, he fell short, but not from lack of trying and working his butt off every off-season to get better. He ended his career with 87 wins, which places him 9th in all-time in school history, which isn't too bad. Jose's work ethic in the wrestling room and the weight room and outside club practices were second to none. He worked tirelessly to perfect his craft and become one of the program's greats. His consistency and hunger to be the best paid off as he was a regional qualifier his junior year. He was also a 2-time first-team Freedom Division All-Star. Jose has set the standard to which I would love all my wrestlers to emulate, and this is why Jose Morfin is our 2023 Wrestling Warrior Award winner. And now I'd like to call Mr. English up to talk about softball. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny to me. All right, so can Katie and Emily Search please come up? So we also spent the afternoon together. Unfortunately, we dropped a tough game, 10-1 to the defending state champs, two-time defending state champs, Clayton Clippers, 10-1 in the state semifinals. So a little disappointing, but this team was fantastic. We went further than many people thought we would go. So we're very content. So good evening again, everyone. Up here on stage, I have two incredible young ladies that this school is blessed to have had the opportunity to grace its halls. Not only are they great softball players, but they're also fantastic people, and I've had the opportunity to be around on a daily basis. As they embark on their journey of life and try to make their mark on this world, they will use the skills and characteristics that they have relied on as New Hampshire softball players to be successful. Their drive, determination, work ethic, and the will to compete at the highest level will serve them well throughout their lives. These two amazing young ladies have carried on the long-standing traditions that have been set before them. Our first senior is a 3-sport athlete, a 4-year varsity letter winner, and a second-team All-Patriot Division All-Star, and a captain of our team. She also has been a part of the back-to-back Central Jersey Group 1 teams. She bats in the heart of our lineup and is a huge presence for our team. Katie's stats would have been ranked amongst some of the program's greats, if not for the lost freshman season due to COVID. In her career, she averaged .414 with 81 hits and had over 50 runs and 50 RBIs. That hit total would have surely been over the century mark with 4 full seasons. Katie's solid defensive play and offensive accomplishments will definitely be missed next season. Please help me honor number 14, our starting second baseman, Katie Search. Our last senior joined us just this past season, and we're glad she did. After 3 years on the track team, Emily joined our program to provide some much-needed depth. Starting the season as a fill-in option to ensure that we had a team, Emily worked hard to get better every day. Because she had not played softball in many years, her knowledge and improvement happened extensively on a daily basis. Emily eventually became a starting right fielder and made some heroic and remarkable plays to help us win games. The Warrior Award plaque states that the recipient is one whose competitive spirit, sportsmanship, integrity, and love of the game makes them a role model for all those who participate in a game of softball. It also says the Warrior is one who adheres to all rules and procedures that go along with being a member of the New Hampshire softball team. Emily is kind, and she's fair. She cares about what is right and wrong. It's important for her that the game and everything that goes along with it is conducted in an ethical manner. She is selfless. She's the first to volunteer to participate in whatever drill and activity that's going on. She asks questions and is always looking to correct any mistakes or any of her mistakes and others to make her and her teammates better. To say Emily is a warrior would be an understatement, but I'd like to verify that to everyone. I would like to verify that to everyone by announcing her as our 2023 Softball Warrior Award winner.
Awesome season, softball. Congratulations, we're really proud of you. Okay, we're going to get into our 3-sport and 4-sport athletes. We're almost there. Zach's going to come up and help me hand these out. When you get your award, your 3-sport athlete winners, you might as well stay up here, because you're going to get the 4 anyway. So, and I'm just going to ask everybody if you just hold your applause till the end. For the 3 sport athletes, I have five seniors. First one, Cassidy Burr. Come on up. Girls cross country. Wait. Girls cross country, girls basketball, girls track. Reagan Joyner, field hockey, girls basketball, girls lacrosse. Devin Kimmick, football, boys basketball, boys lacrosse. Emily Search, field hockey, girls bowling and softball. And Katie Search, girls tennis, girls bowling and softball. Now you can clap. You guys want to just stay here because I think you're on repeaters. Okay, for our 4-year winners, Peyton Arnold, girls basketball. Cassidy Burr again, girls cross country. Cassidy Burr again, girls track. Dean Chamberlain, boys lacrosse. Pedro Chaplin, boys soccer. Come on up, Pedro. Max Cifuentes, boys soccer. Michael Cucci, baseball. Sean Dessel, baseball. Jesse Fernandez, baseball. Marissa Foy, ball cheer. Bailey Gordon, girls tennis. Amanda Healy, marching band. Zach Jenkins, baseball. Reagan Joyner, field hockey. Devin Kimmick, boys basketball and boys lacrosse. Ava Pevlut, fall cheer. Anthony Rossi, wrestling. Anthony Rossi, marching band. Lucas Sample, boys soccer and boys track. Emily Search, girls bowling. Katie Search, girls bowling and girls tennis and softball. Connor Stillwell, baseball. Matt Stizza, boys soccer. Andrew Tabor, boys lacrosse. Jordan Chapanese, fall cheer. And Ben Wetzel, boys lacrosse. Congratulations, and best of luck to all of you. Okay, next we have our Bart Ambergee, gee, you can never pronounce that right. Ambergee Award winner. This goes to our community members or parents that help us tremendously in the athletic program, and this one was easy, Beth and Jim Kimmick. Okay, we're almost there. We got our male and female athlete of the year presentation, and I'm going to ask Kit Pendleton to come back, and she's going to do our female award winner.
So our female award winner has won 4-year varsity letters, 3 different sports, is as intense in the classroom as she is on the lanes, on the field, and on the court. I should be up here with Mr. English and Mr. McCarthy as well, but we would like to give this year's Female Athlete of the Year to Katie Switch.
Okay, and the male presentation, athlete of the year will be from McHughes.
I hope that's a good sound. I don't know what that is, but thank you. Okay. So if there's a game of any kind at New Egypt High School, this year's Athlete of the Year is good at it. Pillow polo and gym? Check. Juggling? Check. Online chess? Maybe during English class? Check. Football? Check. Basketball? Check, check. Lacrosse? Check. So it's great to be good at a lot of things, but when you add on leadership qualities on top of that ability, now you have a chance to make those around you better. And so our Athlete of the Year was a captain for all 3 of the varsity sports that he played. It just goes through some numbers here. Football. Actually, we'll start at the beginning of his varsity career. According to NJ.com, soccer, freshman year. 1 save as goalie. Football, 31 catches, 607 yards, 5 touchdowns, and I don't have the defensive stats, but that's what's on there. Lacrosse, in 60 games, he had 56 assists, 116 goals for a total of 209 career points. In basketball, 1,230 points, 633 rebounds, and 193 assists. The numbers are impressive, as are the leadership positions. But to me, what stand out most about Devin is how he's evolved. I've known him since he was in 5th grade. He was the kid shooting baskets on the floor after a varsity game had wrapped up. He had promise. He was also the kid who I had to yell at for fooling around during our youth basketball camps. He was and is a bit of a jokester. His freshman year, he came in, contributed at the varsity level, and by his sophomore year, he had notched a game-winning shot. Junior year, he was a major reason why we were able to win the first division title since 2011. And this year, despite a really difficult ankle sprain, he was able to will us to within a whisper of a home playoff game. In the off-season, he gathered our players together to shoot around and work out after putting in a full day of school and a full football practice. Having been here for 20 years, I've seen a lot of great athletes put on the blue and gold and go out and compete at a high level. In my eyes, this guy is right up there with the best of them. In an age of specialization where kids tend to focus on one sport, he is truly the rarest of things, a man for all seasons. Tommy, can we get one more? Where's Tommy at? Can we get one more, Tommy? Can we do it? Can we get a Devin Kimmick here? Can we embarrass him a little bit? Come on. No? Okay. Tommy's bashful for the first time in 4 years of high school. There we go. Come on up, Devin. It is my great pleasure to present to you this year's Male Athlete of the Year, Devin Kimmick.
They also are both 12 varsity letter award winners, both of them came from them. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the evening and drive safe.